Hi, and welcome to day 94 of Going from Heavy to Light. So, if you've been paying attention the last few days, I had this potluck vegan dinner party last night, and I wasn't sure what was going to turn out. I wasn't loving the food that I made, although it did end up to be pretty good, actually, and people liked it. And I did end up eating some of the food that the other people made, which I wasn't sure I was going to because I thought it sounded like it might be too fattening for me, but it wasn't, and I enjoyed everything. And I really made sure to spend really focusing my time on the people and enjoying their company more so than the food, which again turned out to be really good. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is I'm feeling a little bit frustrated because I feel like I'm thinking about food way too often. Now, let me just back up though. I mean, for the 45 years that I was a binge eater and a food addict, and even these last few years afterwards, I would think about food in ways that were not as beneficial, running from food to food and, overdoing it and things like that. So now what the frustration is, though, is about the fact that I'm planning so much to look out for myself. So, for example, today we're going to my mother-in-law's for dinner. She lives in an independent living place, and the only thing that's there that I can eat is like sweet potato or baked potato and vegetables and salad. I wouldn't eat anything else that they serve there. And our reservation is at 7 o'clock, which for me is a little late to get started with eating. I like to finish earlier. But I've spent so much of today thinking about what should I do to have like a stopgap so I don't have to be starving by the time we get there, and what should I do in terms of starch? Should I just wait and have the potato? I'm just feeling a little bogged down by it. And that brings me to what my friend Michael Gross, I've brought him up before. He's the wingman on the Wingman's Path to Positivity. What his video was about today is when we can choose something, sometimes we could say, if this was my choice, why would I choose this? And then the other part of that was, and why am I still choosing it? And I want to take it even a step further and say, like, why do I choose to think about food so much, and why do I keep doing that? And I know that it keeps me, it's kind of like when somebody's got an illness and they take a medication to keep that under control. Well, thinking about food for me keeps everything under control and planning it. I'm feeling like it's taking up more of my time than I'd like. So to take it to the third part, which I got thinking after I was watching Michael Gross's video, is, so what can I do differently? And that's what I am in the process of thinking about, um, how can I take this, I don't want to call it an obsession with food, maybe it is, I don't know what it is, and not make it as important. I look at my hubby, Ron Latz, who is thin by nature, and, he does really well with his eating. And he doesn't care. Like, he came home a few days ago after meeting with somebody for like a business networking thing, and he didn't eat lunch till 3 o'clock, and it actually didn't bother him. And then another day, he actually brought lunch to some guy's house. They said, oh, let's just meet, bring your sandwich or bring your lunch, whatever, come to my house and we'll talk business. And they totally forgot to eat. Like, they were just so involved with the conversation that he ended up bringing home the food that I had packed up for him. And he ate, like, maybe that was the day he ate at 3, and another day he ate at 2. I don't know, but none of it actually matters. And so I would love to get to the point where it doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll never be a person who forgets to eat lunch. But I want to kind of work towards having food be much less, or even a little less, of importance, because, as I said today, and I go through this sometimes, I'm just feeling like it's a little bit of a burden to have to think through, what am I going to eat here? When can I, what can I do so I'm not starving, or all of these other things. So none of it's bad. It's just getting to know myself better and getting to know what works better. And, we're all work in progress. So I am going to keep at it. I hope you are having a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.